Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the bear market update from paradise with yours truly, Sim Khela. Welcome to this beautiful villa that is not my villa. I know you probably think, oh my god, Sim lives in paradise, Sim lives in Bali. It's easy for him to say, I'm over here suffering because the bear market's happening, or it looks like the bear market's happening, or is it a bear market? I don't know. I want to cry and it doesn't feel good. I want to get a job at McDonald's now. This is just a friend's villa, but let's go for a little walk, in the woods, for us to really just get grounded in this whole chaotic process that's happening. Okay, first of all, this is where I live. Secondly, when this kind of stuff happens, I always remind myself that I need to go outside and step away from the devices, step away from the computers, and actually remember what life really is and count my blessings. Now, yes, there are blessings for people who take profits, like some of us. But also, profit isn't the only point, okay? Lifestyle is the point. Love, health, connection, time, a roof over your head. All of that is abundance, okay? So, let me show you where and how I live. Come on, turn around. There you go. Good camera. So this is my house. Okay, these are my pull-up bars. This is literally the little Balinese house that I live in. Okay, love this place. This is my garden. I'm going to be sitting there doing the next videos. You will see that. And that is my version of abundance. All right? You don't need much more. So, what's going on in this world, in this crypto world? Is everything wrong? Is everything fucked up? No, everything is perfectly fine, first of all. Okay? This process plays out like this all the time. We've spoken about the tourist shakeout, and we've been saying this is going to happen, this is going to happen. Nobody likes to listen until it happens. So what do we do now? Now, we meditate. It's a pretty simple process. What you do is you do this thing. You close your eyes, and then you do some weird like mantras. Like you go Om or Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You figure out some Hindu thing to chant for no reason. But actually, you sit, relax. Now, I know, it sucks. It fucking sucks to sit there and watch your portfolio go down. Some people might be down 50%. Some people might be down 60%. Some people might be down 80%. If you're in my community, we took profits. So we're not down anything. But there are still some people in the community who, are playing the safe game, and the portfolios might be down. If you're in the RV community, I'm sure you're holding some solid assets, but you're feeling that fear that, hey, things are down a lot. And the number on the screen says, I have lost this much money per se. Now, since when does a number on a screen control our real life? It's funny, Raul was talking about it with Kevin. And they're talking about how waking up and looking at that number, even for them, controls their whole day, how that day goes. And I'm sure their numbers are at a whole different level. But still, as you get wealthier, those numbers mean different things. But a simple technique is to just not let the number on a screen control your day. Let's just not look at the number on the screen. Okay? How about we just go for a walk, or meditate, or hug our children? Experience the real abundance that exists in life, because we are infinitely abundant beings, and to assume anything else is a misunderstanding of what reality is. So let me show you some abundance. My favorite abundance, one of my favorite abundances, it's this waterfall. When I get a little too overheated, I come here. Come on, turn around, buddy. Let's go. Come on, you can do it. 1, 2, 3. Jesus Christ. Alright, doesn't want to turn around. Something has gone wrong, Captain. You guys are not going to get to see the waterfall today. Sorry. Oh, here. Let me do it like this. This waterfall. I go right there. I put my head in that water. And then I wait. And I make sure I get cooled down. And I remember, wait a minute. Nothing is actually wrong with anything. Everything is A-okay. So when you think about it, investing comes in so many different formats. For me, the single best investment that I make is myself. And for myself, the single best investment that I make is my health. That's why the previous cycle, I was like, I want to live like this. One, I don't want to blow all my money, which still getting better at that. But I want to reduce my living cost. I want to live my dream life, which is in nature, like this, raw, the way I like it, with all the abundance that I have, that I need, that I want. My own food now. If you look around, these look like trees to the untrained Western eye, but these are all food trees. This is a, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what tree this is. There's cacao. We got cacao hanging right here. If this thing would just turn around, there we go. Now you decide to turn around, bud. Thank you. Look, this is a cacao tree. Those are cacao pods, okay? This one is a something tree. These are mulberry bushes, right here. This is taro. These big leaves are taro. So, for me, having my own abundance in this manner is priceless. And I'm happy to live with my feet on the ground. Look, we have a cow. Her name is Britney Spears. I kid you not. Seriously, her name is Britney Spears. Now, when you have Britney Spears, the great and wonderful Britney Spears, what else do you need in life? So, my point with that pointless rant is to just take these moments to count your blessings. You know, I have this friend. He's a billionaire. He's actually my mentor from Canada. He was walking on the beach in Hawaii, and his legs, he gets hit on the head with a rogue wave, and his legs stopped working from his spine having issues. I remember one day he told me, he was like, Sim, I would trade everything to be where you are right now, because you can have my billions, but if I have 2 working legs and the time to hang out in Bali, that's priceless to me. You know what else is priceless? These puppies. Hello, lovelies. How you doing, Jackie boy? You all right? Yes, yes, yeah, I love you too. Good morning, I love you. Yeah. Jackson Nibbler. Jackson Nibbler, and she's a booty shaker. How you doing, buddy? Now, look at that love. You know, you wake up in the morning, you get rushed with love, you say hello. There's the other love of my life, one of the other loves of my life, my bike. Second one's in the shop, ever since I fell and fucked it up. Right? And that's another thing. You think you got problems? Here, come here for a second. Let me throw you off of a bike and tear your hands open and get you to sit for a moment and reflect. And a lot shall become clear to you. When you are forced to sit and deal with your own thoughts, a lot comes up. And a big part of what comes up is the idea that, hey, life is great. Now, having working hands, working-ish, is priceless to me, right? Working legs, priceless. Crypto's up, crypto's down, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Now, if you're somebody who's here for the first cycle, welcome to the roller coaster. It's a bumpy one. First or second cycle people, you either experienced the 2020 cycle, which has given you PTSD, or you are experiencing this as the first cycle, which is just completely staring into the abyss kind of feeling. So here's how this process goes. During this time, first of all, what happens is everything starts to point towards the direction that we're all going to get rich first. Trump comes along, ETFs are here, blah, 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 rhetoric. It all convinces you it's guaranteed you're going to get rich. Now, when that happens, prices tend to be pretty high for that period of time. Bitcoin's at 100K, you are told you are going to get rich for sure. Just don't miss the train. Buy it now, run in, rush in, blah, 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 December. Euphoria, grandma's calling, everybody's family wants to get in. All those people who called you an idiot for being in crypto now want to get in. That's the starting of this process. Then, boom, boo. Something hits, something scary, whatever. All those hopes and dreams disappear. Once you've bought, all those hopes and dreams disappear. That's why at that time, I was screaming from the rooftops, do not buy. Do not fucking please fucking buy. Right? Now, as you go on maybe your first rodeo, or you make the mistake of buying while it's high, and it drops 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 92, 96%. Everything seems hopeless. That is the tourist shakeout. That is when you are the tourist and you decide, are you just going to run for the hills? Because that's what they want you to do. Nothing's changed from what happened in December. The government, the US government, still on board. Institutions still want to on-ramp. Everybody's coming. But they don't buy high like you. They drop the markets. And then they buy it from your paper hands. Right? So that is the process that's playing out. Now, there's this scary bit. It all seems hopeless. If something's down 70%, it's never going to return. But I remember thinking the same thing when Bitcoin was $5. There's no way it goes back to $5. And then the same thing at $200. And the same thing at $1,200. Same thing at $20,000. Same thing at $100,000. All of that doesn't matter. These are things that are hyperinflating health, right? And here's another one of the legends.
Mana?
Apa kabar?
Ya, baik.
Baik?
Ya. Kemana? Cari Budi?
No, di jalan-jalan.
Oh,
Ya.
Budi sana?
Budi di konstruksi?
Ya.
Yeah. So, she's 60 and is fitter than everybody and works harder than everybody. Okay? What were we talking about? So, yes, things may be down 70%, 80%, whatever percent. But remember, if you want something to go up 10,000%, it must go down 90%. First cycle coins, 90, 92. Ethereum was down 96% before the 2020 pump. So, same happening now. It's nothing out of the ordinary. But here, let me see if I can show you the village. Alright, there we go. This is the village that I live in. My home village. Okay. Paradise within paradise. Here, nobody cares where crypto is because they don't have any. Life goes on perfectly fine without any issue. Okay? So it's important to step into the real world and actually remember these things. Because one day, it's all going to be gone. And we are going to be like these classic cars. My Balinese brother Booty has 50 of these classic cars. At one point, these cars were the newest name in the game. And having a Benz like this was the greatest show of wealth, kind of like having a Bitcoin or whatever. And now, they're ornaments that we don't know how to fill spaces with. The reason why I wanted to come up here was this. There's that same view, but from a better angle. Do you see anybody freaking out that crypto's up or crypto's down? Nope. Just remember, you could be this gentleman. All right, Papa over here has to deal with the rice. That's a hard job, okay? You're probably in some Western country crying about crypto like it's some big thing. Yet, nothing is actually wrong. The only thing that's wrong is in here. It's that we've allowed somebody, somewhere, to change some numbers on a screen and let those numbers on a screen determine our internal state. Yet, we are infinite beings. We are source consciousness. We are God. Some call it God. Some call it source consciousness. Others call it infinity, whatever you want to call it. We are all of it at once. And all of it is quite abundant. So, in this time, count the actual abundance that you have. Remember, this is all just a game. We've been here before. Right? For me, this is all become like one 4-year-long Groundhog Day deja vu thing. That's why I tell you months ahead, this is probably going to happen in the future. It's not because I have some crystal ball. I've just been here for 13 years. I've literally played this level of the game so many times that at this point, I don't even have to look at charts or markets. I get calls from people. I just get calls from beginners at the wrong time. And they go, hey, my family wants to get in. Hey, can you get my son in? Hey, can you get grandma in? I know that is the time to put out the red flag and say, do not enter the markets. Now, I'm getting messages, hey, is it all over? Are we fucked? Is it done? You know? And that is usually a signal to me to buy. But that's also why I have the strategy that it's smart to take profits. Because I've felt this whole process for a long time. And there was a great conversation on Real Vision. I think it was with Mish, if I'm not. Maybe it's Mish, maybe it's one of the psychologists. Bye. It's with. She's an amazing psychologist, and she's talking about. And she's a psychologist for, hedge fund managers and the big boys and girls. And she's talking about how the best investors do not ignore their emotions. See, that's a rookie mistake. Most people think you have to shut down your emotions and you have to then operate robotically. Yes, decision making, yes, you should make without emotion. But actually, you don't just ignore your emotions. You actually use your emotions as a signal. It's a counter signal. So you use it as she said the best investors use emotions as a signal to know what not to do. So they can feel into what they're feeling, but more importantly, they can feel what others are feeling. And even more importantly, they can feel what others are going to feel in the future. And they invest in what others are going to feel in the future. And I thought that was just such a beautiful reflection, because that way of thinking allows you to not invest in where the market is today. This is another huge rookie mistake. The best investors don't invest in where the market is today. They invest in where the market is going. And now, most people have no idea where it's going. That's where having experience and data and all this stuff, that's why paying thousands of dollars for institutional data is totally worth it. But today, it's panic. It's scary. Everything sucks. But do you think tomorrow it's going to be like that? Do you think in a month it's going to be like that? Do you think in a year it's going to be like that? A good friend, Will Travis, says this. He goes, look, life is a pendulum. It swings one way to the extreme, comes back to equilibrium, and swings the other way to the extreme. So when you are at an extreme in life, remember that the pendulum will swing the other way. It may feel like shit where you are, and it's supposed to feel like shit. That's the whole point. That's what makes it difficult to invest. But remember, the pendulum's going to swing the other way. Now, when the pendulum swings the other way, though, make sure you don't make the mistake of imagining, hey, good times are going to be here forever. Like you were probably feeling in December, which was 2 months ago. It was 2 months ago. 2 months ago, nobody could have convinced you that this would happen. Now nobody can convince you that we're going to go back to where we were 2 months ago. Okay? So the pendulum is going to swing, and this is going to be one hell of a pendulum swing. I mean, what's about to happen in this market, in the world, and all this stuff, only happens once every 4 generations. Once every 4 generations, we have a hyperinflation of assets, which is a reflection of the hyperinflation of the reserve currency. That's how the debts that have been taken on by governments get inflated away. Okay? Indonesia luckily had it in 1997, luckily. The US dollar is now experiencing it. A lot of the other currencies are going to experience it alongside. Most of the other currencies are going to experience it alongside. Now, if you're an asset holder, during that process is where the numbers stop making sense. By that I mean, it goes way farther and way higher than you could ever imagine, because we imagine $1 today means $1 today. Yet Bitcoin has hyperinflated 147 million%. The last time I checked it on TradingView or CoinMarketCap. 147 million% in 15 years. You're watching the hyperinflation happen right in front of your eyes, but nobody even understands what's going on. Yet we still imagine $1 is $1, right? So we are about to hit the hockey stick moment where that is going to accelerate at a pace we have not seen in the lifetime of almost anybody who is alive. The last time this happened was in the 1930s. Between 1930 and 1945, that whole system reset. And we are here for another reset. They're calling it the Great Reset. It's not going to be that great, but if you play your cards right, it will be generational. So what does cards right mean, Sim? How do we play our cards right? First of all, sweat. Come on, baby, sweat. And sweat. And sweat. And dance. And laugh. And relax. And smile a little bit. Life isn't all serious. One day, we all die. Everybody you know and love is gonna die. Until then, giggle a little bit. Hug them a little bit. Enjoy the whole process a little bit. You know, I always say, quality time with loved ones or with yourself, whatever that means to you, is life. Everything else is logistics. Everything else is logistics to get to that point. So do that. Enjoy quality time. Make sure you invest in your health. Make sure you invest in, the things that are important. Get your priorities right. As far as the portfolio, relax. Trust me on this. You're going to be fine. Everything's going to be okay. This too shall pass. C'est la vie. Inilah hidup. To życia. That's how the Ukrainians say. C'est la vie. To życia. I love saying that to people. Oh, crypto's in? To życia. Right? But are you alive? Are you fulfilled? Are you loved? Are you hugged? Do you have 2 legs attached to 2 feet? Is the skin on your hands? I feel like that's a lot of abundance to count. So, keep on counting. I'm going to make a couple more actual videos. I just wanted to go for a walk. And next time, I'm definitely not wearing a shirt. Because, actually, I walk around without a shirt all the time. But I thought I'd do you the service of putting on some clothes. So you don't think I'm sexing, flexing on you. So, yeah, hopefully this has been helpful. Good times ahead. A little bit of turbulence first, but all in all, we're good, baby. Come on, turn around, buddy. Turn around. I gotta finish this. All right, there we go. Time for some pull-ups.